Hello and welcome to another deck profile. This time it is with Madolche, a really popular new deck that hasn't, I don't want to say new, it isn't new, yet it hasn't been hit by the bottomless at all, really. I believe it got some new cards recently though, I do believe that. But, this is an interesting build that done some things that you don't see, mainly being Obelisk. The reason I threw him in, because there's been many times where it wouldn't be that hard to summon him at all. You can just practically plop him down on the field as a 40 beater, while you have a 27 beater on the field, and your opponent practically has no cards on the field. So let me go. Before I go into each individual effect, let me explain certain strategies with this build. This build tries to get out Madolche tiaramisu, the XYZ monster, as soon as possible, and then it kind of employs either an OTK, like most Madolche decks, or it just it works like a beatdown deck where it does a whole bunch of damage really quickly and puts pressures on your opponent and messes up with any plan they have. And so that is the main way this deck works. And so let's go through. Obelisk cannot be targeted for 40,000 meter, tribute 2, blow up all their monsters. Not that bad. Redox either has a 3,000 meter to stall, or you can special summon another monster by discarding this and another earth. And so it is really, really good card to have. You don't come across it too often, but yeah, when you do, it's not that bad. Messengelato to search out Ticket and Chateau, the two Madolche spell cards you run. Magileine, like this is a good card if you're going first, to just place it on the field and set up your hand. Maybe set out a lance or something. And it searches out pretty much any card that you're missing. Angel is a must-have. You tributor, special summon any card, any Madolche card. Cruffssant, he's pretty much the 23 beater of the set. Or at least it becomes a 23 beater if you use his effect and you have chateau on the field. Hootcake, banish, and you search out another card. Warwolf, for when you're doing all that special summoning, you can plop one or two of them down, and now you can just XYZ summon into your rank 3s really easily. And then we have Mewfeuille. This card is a must because if you want to get Madolche out first turn, this is how it goes. Summon him, special summon her, send her to the grave, get hootcake into messengelato, search out the spell, and then overlay these two into leviar or him. Yet I like to go into leviar most of the time. And then grab Angel back, and then overlay for tiaramisu. Then you can activate her effect. That's how you get tiaramisu out first turn. You might have this card out, you might have redox in your hand, you might have her on the field also, you might have double summon in your hand. Besides that, we run Morphing drawer, pretty much as a more draw power pretty much, because most of the time when you do get them, you have really done all your combos, so it's just a new hand. I'd rather run card destruction, but well, that's banned. Triple double summons. The reason why we're running triple is because, well, it's really, really helpful. Really helpful. Because, like, you do the combo with Mewfeuille, or Mewfeuille and Angel, get out tiaramisu, and then if you have Chateau on the field, you send him back by tiaramisu's effect. It comes back to your hand. Activate double summon. Summon him again. Special summon any other Madolche card. You could summon her too if you returned her to the deck, but then you wouldn't be able to use her effect again. You can only use it once per turn. So I'd suggest summoning like him or her and just using them straight up as beaters and attack, or maybe going to another level 4, like use him and him. That isn't that bad. Go into a rank 3, or who knows. So that's the use of double summon. It just really pulls off some really nice combos. And then Upstart Goblin to make this a 39 card deck pretty much, and the fact that my opponent has 9,000 life points really makes no difference. MST, really great because that way I don't have to guess with tiaramisu. Like I'm like, oh, I should take these to back row, and leave the monster. Well, now I can get rid of one back row, and then send the monster and the other back row, or whatever. Lance, we're running triple, so that way you always have one, and if they try to stop the combos, I guess you would say, it's just like one really long chain of combos. If they would try to stop it, you Lance. Ticket, if a Madolche card is returned, you get to set up your hand, and if you have a fairy Madolche on the field, you can special summon. Chateau, if it's returned as deck, it goes back to your hand, and all Madolches gain 500. Now they do counteract each other, so sometimes you need to think, okay, which one is more important, Madolche Ticket or Chateau? Do I want the card to be back in my hand, or do I want to search out and maybe special summon? If like I'm going to attack and they really don't have much on the field, I'll return, grab messengelato or another hootcake and just use them as beaters, instead of returning the cards to my hand. And then we're running some generic trap cards. Bottomless, torrential, and solemn warning. Now, into the extra deck tiaramisu, the main XYZ monster, you activate its effect, target 2 cards in your grave effect, and then that is when your opponent responds. That's the main thing. Your opponent responds there. And then you can return up to the same number of cards on your opponent's side of the field to their deck that you return to your deck. So it makes it really hard to stop tiaramisu unless they have a straight up effect negating card, such as Chalice or anything else. So it just makes her OP. I think there are a couple cards that when she does target your opponent's monsters that can be activated, yet I think those are few and far between. I don't think you'd really see those. Blade Omen Ninja, there was one time I could have gotten her out, but I forgot that I already had a tiaramisu out, so I went for another tiaramisu. Yet otherwise, Blade Omen Ninja pretty much does the OTK. Black Ship Coin, if your opponent has Marshmallow out, this is what you go for. Any annoying special summon monsters, SH Arcanite. And then Rogue Champion, pretty much the same thing as Blade Armor Ninja. I'd rather go for Blade Armor Ninja first, because it can attack twice, so it can destroy a monster, then attack again for 2,000, while this would attack for 4,000, and then it'd be done. Diamond Direwolf, it's a must-have in pretty much any deck that's running rank 4 monsters. Blow up one card on the field. And then Gaga Cowboy. Either if your opponent has a monster out on the field and you feel this would be useful, go and attack with it so that way they lose 1,000. Or if they have 800 life points left, just go and straight up go. Go straight Alucard. He's pretty much an MST. Your opponent has a set card, you can go for him, blow up a set card, and then use tiaramisu on other cards. If you're a monster for the combos, you pull back Angrily, pretty much. Or if they end up banishing anything else, you pull that back. MX Saber Invoker, he just special summons a messengelato, or pretty much messengelato. He's just another form of the same combo. He has less attack, but he is an earth monster, while this is a wind monster, so he combos better with Blaster. Yet, for the most part, there's no real difference, I feel, between MX Saber and leviar. And then there's zenmaines for if you're really in trouble. Now into side deck, I really can't figure out what to put in the side deck, because in my test this deck has done really, really well. Yet what I've seen is Night Beam, if you're having trouble with Fire Fist. And then MST, Prohibition. Prohibition could be used both to stop your opponent's plays, or to specifically advance yours. So like if they fight in Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmo, next turn, next duel, fight in this, and then you put it on Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmo, and then they can't act it. And then if they have nothing else to stop you, then you've got the game pretty much. So this could be used both to push your players forward or to stop your opponent's plays. And then Warrior Degrade, again, to push your players forward. I don't run up main deck him, because it'd feel like it'd take up too much space. Like, I'd have to get rid of something. If I were to side him, I'd side out Upstart Goblin or Lance. I would be one of the two things that I would probably get rid of. And so, this is the deck. We don't run that many Madolche monsters. Spell cards. There were a couple. There was just one I saw that might be good. Excalibur Reception. Target won't face a monster you control special summon a monster with the same level as that monster from your hand. Its effect doesn't are negated. So if you're stuck with a whole bunch of Madolche cards in your hand, pretty much a double summon. An extra double summon. That specifically makes them 0/0 and has to be the same level. This card could be useful, but I'd just rather run double summon. There might be some other good cards that are good specifically for XYZ summon that could help you spam better. Yet for the most part, it's just so good. Like, I haven't seen anybody run Obelisk before, but like, while I was testing, I didn't run them, but yet I just realized, hey, I have level 3 monsters out. If I don't kill my opponent, I don't have level 3 monsters, I have 3 monsters out. I can get out Obelisk and still hurt my opponent. Why not? Oh, damn it. I was thinking that double summon, you could keep on activating them, but yet you can, but yet it wouldn't do much. Because it allows you to do 2. It doesn't gain an extra, it allows you to do 2. So unfortunately you can't just spam the double summon. That would be really, really nice if you could spam the double summon. But otherwise, I don't feel Obelisk would be like a dead draw or anything. I feel like it'd be a card that's useful. Just as a straight up 4000 beater to pummel your opponent with. Besides the fact that you're running freaking Madolche Tiramisu, that you're running which is a 27 beater, 21, 23. It's also nice. And so it works really well. It's really trollish. Like, this deck's OP. I feel it's gonna be hit soon. And when it's gonna get hit, this is gonna go to 1. You might see Angel go to 2, but I don't think that would make much of a difference. As far as the actual duels go, it will hurt consistency, but yet Angel might go to 2. This card, hootcake, might go to 2, but other than that, I don't feel this or this would go anywhere. And I guess they could put this at 1 or 2, yet I feel people would just find an alternative, straight up, such as double summon. I'm excited for the duels. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Tell me what you guys think, and rate and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my other videos and my friend Arsenic Door, who would love to build this deck in real life. And thank you for watching. Bye. Hey guys, one last thing. Download today. It's a really fun game, really great. Every single card in the game. You can build your own decks, duel other people ranked. You can buy commands as a chat. Really, really fun. And don't forget, check out these other cool videos. Rate and subscribe. Thank you.